Hi, so part 2 here. Now we have each of the templates cut out. You can see we have the back of Leia's bun, the front of Leia's bun, her face, her weapon, and her dress. And now, so our next job is going to be to pin them onto the fabric. And I'm only going to show you, I guess, doing one of them because once you see one, I feel like you would have the gist of the whole thing. So you will see that both the front of Leia's hair and the back of Leia's hair both get cut out of dark brown. So what you're going to want to do is, just like with Darth Vader, you're not going to want to put like a piece right in the center of the fabric because you need to get 2 cuts out of this. So we're going to put 1 piece here, 1 piece there. And I know you guys only have 1 pin at home because that's typically all you're going to need. But I'm going to show you with a second pin. Just keep in mind that, you know, once you're done with one, you just remove the pin and put it in another place. So I've got these both pinned where I want them. And then I'm going to take my white marking pencil and I'm going to trace around the outside. I don't really like to cut while paper pieces are on here, because it's just too easy for the pieces to move around. Like the edges to move around, it's just too hard to cut. So I'd like you to trace around it, and you might just kind of have to go over it a couple of times because it's not like writing on paper. It doesn't necessarily write very easily. You can get it to how you want it to look. And then same with the top. See how I'm almost kind of coloring around it to get that line. Kind of have to go over each line a couple times because felt's not like paper, not the easiest thing to write on. It's kind of like scratching around the edges is what I feel like it's doing. Okay, and then once I'm satisfied that my lines are dark enough to see when I remove the template, I will go ahead and remove the pins. And there we have it. And like I said, I'm just going to model. I'll just model with this particular one instead of all of them. Then you would, of course, you would do the same thing with the face. Put the face down, put the pin in, trace it, and cut it out. And same thing with the skirt. You're going to want 2 skirts. So you'll put the pin down. You might actually even be able to get both skirts out of 1 piece of white, but put the skirt down and pin it, put the skirt down again and pin it, and trace and cut those out. But I'm just going to show you with the hair. So we're going to go ahead and cut this. And this brown is very soft, which makes it almost a little bit harder to cut, but you're going to want a nice sharp pair of scissors. And I like to cut around the outside of the white edge. You see I'm kind of going around the outside. I'm not cutting in. Not cutting on the line, not cutting inside the line, cutting on the outside of the line. That ensures me that I am being consistent and that I'm not making my project too small. And then there's just kind of like a little edge there that I want to make softer. So there's the back of Leia's hair, and then I'm going to cut the front. And again, it's real important that you're consistent, so I'm cutting on the outside of the white line, and you want to go nice and slow. Sewing is all about precision, just like we talked about with cooking and baking is as well. It's really important that you're precise in what you do. It's better to go slowly and get it right, because once, I don't know, like once the fabric is messed up, there's not a whole lot you can do to fix it. If you've cut at a wrong spot or made too sharp of a cut, you can't really fix it. And I certainly did not have enough fabric to give everybody extra just in case you made a mistake. So it's kind of important that you go slowly. All right, I like to keep the scraps, like I just throw the scraps on the floor. But anyway, I like to keep them out of the way. Okay, so here's the bun, the hair of Leia, and then I'm gonna continue on. I'm gonna go ahead and pin the rest of my pieces to the fabric, trace, and cut. So you go ahead and do likewise, and then we'll come back and talk about the sewing.